Puncak biz.spotlight. Dan seperti yang telah kita sedia maklum, pada petang ini merupakan slot bagi sesi pitching yang mana kita akan sama-sama menyaksikan dan mendengarkan pembentangan daripada pakar-pakar akademik dan juga pakar-pakar dalam bidang penyelidikan UiTM untuk mereka mengetengahkan hasil-hasil penyelidikan dan inovasi masing-masing kepada wakil-wakil industri. Dengan itu kita berikan tepukan gemuruh untuk para peserta yang akan bertanding pada petang ini. All the best untuk semua. Dan sebelum kita mulakan sesi pitching pada petang yang berbahagia ini, suka juga untuk majlis memperkenalkan para juri yang akan menilai setiap produk-produk yang akan dibentangkan oleh para penyelidik UiTM pada sesi pitching kali ini. Dengan itu kita berikan tepukan untuk yang berusaha, Tuan Izzar Supiar, Assistant Vice President, Grant Evaluation, Cradle Fund. Juri yang pertama. Seterusnya, berikan tepukan untuk yang berusaha Teknologis Mio Rafiq Mat Rejab, Vice President, Technology Advisory Service Department, MTDC. Dan yang berusaha Dr. Wan Raihana Wan Asim, Vice President, Technology Venture, Fund Department to MTDC. Untuk makluman semua, peserta yang berjaya pada sesi pitching petang ini bakal membawa pulang hadiah wang tunai berjumlah RM1,500 bagi tempat yang pertama, RM1,000 bagi tempat yang kedua, manakala RM500 bagi pemenang tempat yang ketiga. Dan peraturannya adalah peserta diberikan masa selama 6 minit ya bagi pembentangan, 6 minit pembentangan, manakala 6 minit bagi sesi soal jawab. Loceng pertama akan dibunyikan menandakan masa pembentangan berbaki lagi 2 minit. Itu loceng yang pertama. Itu contoh bunyi loceng tu ya. Dan loceng yang kedua menandakan tamatnya waktu pembentangan. Dia bunyi dia tegas sikit banyak kali. Dan manakala loceng ketiga menandakan tamatnya waktu sesi soal jawab. Itu loceng yang ketiga. Baiklah, saya tahu semua dah tak sabar-sabar lagi untuk menyaksikan pembentangan menarik daripada pakar-pakar penyelidik dan pakar-pakar akademik UiTM pada petang ini. Dan tanpa melengahkan masa, majlis ingin mempersilakan peserta kita yang pertama. Dipersilakan Profesor Madya Dr. Shariza Sahudin dengan produknya Curial Skin Guard. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Shariza and I'm presenting on my product today, Skin Guard and Cural Creams, your solution for your skin problems. Now, eczema or atopic dermatitis happens in 20% of children and 10% of adults in the whole world. And in Malaysia, 20% of people suffers from eczema, which is 1 in 5 person in this room. Healthcare cost is quite high. It's about 199 to 743 million USD. And not just a high cost, it also costs quality of life of the patients where it's associated by depression and anxiety. Next. So this happens to my daughter, 4 years suffering, even the specialist can't do anything. We had to go to the UK to get better creams. And in 4 months, she actually improved. So her eczema improved because they have better creams which are all natural. Next. So according to the various clinical guidelines, the mainstay treatment for eczema is the use of emollients or moisturizers, not steroids. So the current problem is the creams that are available at the moment contains sodium lauryl sulfate, mineral oils, parabens, and has been reported to worsen eczema. Paraffin-based ingredients just gives you hydration. It doesn't repair the skin barrier, which is important for eczema. And natural-based emollients are expensive and mostly imported, and no local product which are currently available based on all natural ingredients and with scientific research. So these are some of the publications for the problem stated. So we have a lot of products, but with these features, our products actually are cheaper and actually contains the features that we want. Next. So our value propositions, we have developed a natural-based eco cream which is affordable and scientifically proven to improve skin hydration and skin repair, free from steroids, SLS, parabens, and mineral oils, and mostly it is effective. So our product contains important fatty acids from palm and olive for skin health, and it contains vitamins for natural ingredients as well, do not contain SLS, parabens, and mineral, and we do use only natural preservatives. It's cheaper and affordable price, and it has proven scientific research for its safety and efficacy. We did not test it on animal either. Next. So these are some of the testimonials. They suffered for years from eczema, and when they use our cream, it shows a lot of improvement. And this guy, he has suffered from 10 years. 3 of his siblings are dermatologists, and it doesn't work. Any of the treatment doesn't work. So he's been using our cream and shows 14 days a very good improvement. So this is our product, which is Skin Guard and Cure-All. One is for hydration, one is for repair. So the price you want to pay is around $39.90 for 50 grams, and for Cure-All, $24.90 for 50 grams. And we have obtained patent for this formulation, various innovation awards, and also we received around 100,000 grants for product development. So market analysis, global revenue for skincare segment is around $30.5 billion, while the skincare for natural and organic is around $54.4 billion by 2027. National cost for aqueous cream in UK is around 119.2 million pounds. So for Malaysia, tender for Ministry of Health for aqueous cream is around 2.4 million, while Hospital A, the tender is around 1.2 million. And for 2022, Hospital B spends around 100,000 for just aqueous cream alone for eczema patients. So our marketing strategy is that we will concentrate on the retail pharmacies for the first year, for retail pharmacies, private hospitals, and online selling and private clinics for dermatology clinics. While second to third year, we will go to hospital, university, and KKM facilities, as well as export to overseas. Next. Next. Okay, so therefore our business model is B2B and B2C, where our sales revenue will be direct sales, sales contracts agreement, contract manufacturing and tenders. And we have received interest from 2 main distributors in Malaysia, which is Apex and Egoway, to actually distribute our products. And a few people to invest, and KPJ to validate our products for clinical trials, and also a few dermatology clinics who wanted to use our products. Next. So our milestones, the project started in 2015, where we did the formulation and preclinical research, grant obtained, patent filed, and awards for innovation competition. While 2018, we received some awards internationally, and also shortlisted for product pitching and funding for UiTM and BITCOM. And we did start to do a startup application. However, we had to put it on hold due to responsibility to the university, but we managed to register Cure-All. We hope by this year and next year, we want to do product validation, which is clinical studies, and also to expand the use of the creams to baby products. So we have to do extra testing, register the Skin Guard cream, start our startup, and also start the sales to local market. But by 2025, we want to go international. So our ask is we asking for 610,000, which includes capital expenditure, operation expenditure, which is the salaries, training and rental, marketing, production, and product validation and research. So these are our members. Thank you very much.
Demikian tadi pembentangan yang pertama, produk yang cukup menarik. Tepukan untuk Yang Berusaha Profesor Mahdia Dr. Shahriza. Terima kasih buat Profesor Mahdia Dr. Shahriza Saudin. Baiklah, untuk tidak membuang masa lagi, majlis ingin membuka sesi soal jawab sama-sama dengan pembentang dan juga juri.
Doktor, saya ada 2 soalan. Number one, this is your product, right?
Pardon?
This is your product.
Yes.
You have established a partner in producing this product? In
Yes.
The what?
Manufacturing, Puan Sabina, manufacturing company. So they will be manufacturing this product. So one of our team member tadi.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. So this will be your final product lah.
Yes, packaging for the Curol, because we
the-
have managed to register it with MPRA, so it's actually ready to be commercialized. However, for the other one, we are in the process of doing so.
Okay. I did not get it during your presentation. What is the main ingredient? Or how different is the main?
The main ingredients is olive and palm.
Olive and palm.
Yes.
And where do you intend to get this olive and palm? Should you produce
It's
this in the
Malaysia.
future?
Malaysia, the olive.
Locally.
Yeah, the palm is locally.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
actually the main one is actually the palm. Olive is just the add-ons for the,
I see.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Shariza.
Salam.
Congratulations on your product. This is something
Thank you.
dear to my heart. My daughter also
Yeah.
suffers from eczema. So it's a very important problem, kan?
That's my daughter,
Yes.
Hessa. So yeah.
Right, so can I just ask a little bit about your patent?
Yes.
What is your patent on?
Patent on the skin moisturizing composition, so on the formulation of the cream itself.
Right, so the formulation of the cream is for cure-all or for the other one?
Formulation for Curol.
Cure-all,
yeah.
right. So that is patented and it's already granted?
It's granted. We
Okay.
filed it in 2017 and granted last year.
Okay, congratulations. All right,
Thank you.
just one more question from me. I'm just wondering, these two products, are you going to position it as something that goes together as like
Yes,
a
because
thing,
one
or-
is actually for repair. Because when you have
Right.
eczema, the first thing you have to do is actually to repair the barrier. So a lot of patients or customers, they want everything quick. So the yellow one works quicker because
Alright.
it's stronger. It has more things in there. But when it has already subsided, you cannot continue with the Curol, which is also cheaper.
So you're positioning it as something that patients will have to buy as a pair?
Yeah, as a maintenance,
To
because with
maintain.
as when you know that
Yes.
you have to use
Yes.
all the time.
Good strategy.
Yes.
All right, thank you, doctor.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. Okay, I'm actually cannot get what is the USP of your product against what's against the product in the market. Why do you think that your product is actually more effective? Ke macam mana?
It's more effective because okay, firstly, a lot of the products, they're not fully natural. So there are a lot of market where you want natural and some contains the ingredients which actually cause more harm to the skin. Like the sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and mineral oils. It has been proven that it can aggravate eczema, or it is a lot of our products have that. So we try not to use those products, and because with eczema as well, you have to have the minimum ingredients because they're sensitive to every little single thing. So that's the problem. So we managed to get the ingredients which kind of work because we can see from the testimony they actually requested more and more creams to use, and they don't use the steroid creams anymore. So I'm not saying that it will heal, but it helps to improve the condition. And plus, if you want to have natural creams in Malaysia, it's all imported. And it's very expensive. So we want it to be affordable to the people because I have the choice to go to the UK, but not everybody has that choice.
What in terms of cost, in terms of affordable pricing, right?
Yeah.
What makes you successfully get the price lower when actually you are going into these natural ingredients?
Local
field?
ingredients.
Local ingredients.
Yes.
Sufficient for you to go when you scale up later on?
Yeah, because the base price, the cost price, for example, for Curol, I'm selling it $24.90, but actually for the cream alone and the packaging and the cost of manufacturing, it's around 4 or 5 ringgit.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Ada sebarang sesi soal jawab, nak teruskan? Baiklah. Baiklah, kita
Thank you very much.
akhirkan untuk sesi atau pembentangan yang pertama dan juga sesi soal jawab yang pertama pada waktu ini. Dan kita berikan tepuk gemuruh Untuk Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya Dr. Syariza Sahudin dengan produk beliau yang cukup menarik. Dan tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, majlis ingin mempersilakan peserta yang kedua, Yang Berusaha Teknologis Nur Ain Muhammad Zainuddin untuk mempersembahkan produknya Alkalis Carbide Lime ACL. Dipersilakan.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. May I start my presentation? All right. First of all, my name is Nur Ain binti Muhammad Zainuddin from School of Chemical Engineering. Today I will represent InnoEnvitech Sendian Berhad, one of the startup company from UiTM. We just launched in June 2023, so just newborn. All right, so today we will present our product about alkalized carbide lime. Next slide, please. Okay, all right. So the main purpose of this product to replace current lime and activated carbon powder in the market. Usually for the color removal, we will use lime and also we will use activated carbon powder. The main problem with lime and activated carbon powder, we need to get from the virgin raw material, for example, limestone, or from the palm kernel, which is we need to process. So by introduce this product, which is ACL, we take it from scheduled waste, which is scheduled waste is huge impact for our country right now. All right, so for the scheduled waste, I don't know apa yang keluar, tak apalah kita tengok je lah ya. All right, so for the scheduled waste, this scheduled waste I'm taking from Shah Alam. So for 1 week, it will produce about 60 metric ton. Can you imagine about 60,000 kilo per week from one company only in Shah Alam? All right, so we do process and we try to use as a raw wastewater treatment. For example, this is leachate wastewater. When we apply our product, just only use one product, ACL, it will turn to the color like magic to this one. All right? This is for the active landfill. If we apply for the landfill, they already did not receive any waste, this color of leachate. And then we will get very clear water. Right? So the main purpose, again, to replace lime and also to replace activated carbon powder. Why? Because the lime cost is about 70 cents per kilo. Activated carbon cost is about 7 ringgit per kilo. By using our product, it's about 1 ringgit 50 cents per kilogram. It can save cost for the scheduled waste disposal, for the company that produce that scheduled waste, for example, acetylene gas manufacturing, because they need to dispose to the landfill, for example, to Quality Alam, all right, with the cost of 2,000 ringgit per kilogram. Furthermore, we also can help to reduce the cost of operational for the leachate treatment plant. Instead of buying 2 types of chemical, just buy 1 type of chemical and then the magic will happen. All right, so the next. So as we can see here, this is the current method. In industry, whether they want it or they doesn't want to do the treatment, they need to do the treatment before they release to environment. Why? Because the water will be into the river and then we will consume the water. So by right, they need to do the treatment. All right, so this study, for example, as you can see here, for the leachate treatment plant, if they release untreated wastewater or illegally discharge untreated wastewater, pollutant will be go into the river. So for example, you can see the problem of the cow die. All right, so this is, for example, as previously that I showed there, right? Okay, so this is the estimation of reduction for the company that use ACL. Currently, we in the middle of testing for pilot test in Jeram landfill. We already present to the Department of Environment bahagian bahan buangan berbahaya. We already asked them for the permission to do testing into Jeram landfill to test whether for the pilot study okay or not. All right, so this is for the market opportunity. For this product, it's not only tackle for color. You also can use it for the pH adjustment. For example, electroplating company. You also can use for the oil and grease company. For example, we're already testing with the Petronas wastewater. All right. You also can use for food and coloring company. For example, food and beverages company. All right. So this is the example for our BMC module. All right, so our target, we want to establish this product in the market by November 2024 because at this stage, we need to test on the pilot scale because for the lab scale, we already done the testing. We already take all the wastewater from the leachate treatment plant in Shah Alam. For example, Tanjung 12, Panchang Berdena, Bukit Taga, we already do a lot of testing. All right, so what we want to ask here, we want to ask about 1,060K only to start up this project because for your information, this project starting with zero money. We use only our own money to do the testing. But to do pilot testing in Jeram, to travel from Shah Alam to Jeram, to have one research officer to do the testing, we need certain amount of money. So this is our team. That's all from me. Thank you.
Itu dia. Kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab.
Puan, just now you mentioned that you got 3 potential partners in 2024. Have you really spoken to them, and what is the arrangement like between UiTM and them?
Currently, I already spoken to one company, which is Bioenviro Industries Sendian Berhad, one of the trading company in Kelang Jaya, just near here. So we are discussing what is the negotiation, whether we can licensing to them or we will produce by our own self. So in the middle of discussion, so not yet finalized.
How do they find your product?
Sorry?
How do they find your product? What is their comment?
All right, so the define the product is very good. Actually, I did not show many things here. For example, this product already won IIDES gold. This product also already won IBIECL gold. So I already entered the supercharge last month. So this product actually very good product. But the problem is we doesn't have enough fund to do more testing. For example, the pilot testing. So for me, this product is very good if we can venture into the real market.
Okay, my second question is that you mentioned just now the target selling price is like 150 per kg.
Yes.
That is based from the production in the lab or how? Can
Okay.
you elaborate?
That one calculation based on production in big scale production. Actually, for the cost of 1 kilo, it's only cost 50 cents per kilogram. Right, so because the process is very simple actually, then we need to do a simple process, then we can use the product. Right, so I already calculate the cost of packaging, the cost of rental, the cost if I need to do drying process, all the thing already include.
Right, technologies Nur Ain. I'm just looking here on your business model canvas. Key resources is your material, acetylene production sludge. So that is your raw material?
Yes.
Right. So in terms of like supply and yeah, supply for you to produce, what's the supply like? Is it enough?
Sorry,
When you're
what
going
is?
commercial? What's the supply like for this, your raw material?
What is supply like? Means that current
Is
situation.
there a lot of supply for your product, for your raw material?
All right, for
cost?
this company, we already do discussion, and then this company also join us meeting with Department of Environment,
Okay.
and then to discuss about this product also. So they give a green light, like just take
Right.
our waste because there is waste.
So this is the waste that you were mentioning earlier that they produce, I think, 60 tons
Yes.
per week.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, but eventually if you're going to go commercial scale,
Yes,
is 60 tons per week enough for you, or will there be other sources of this
other
raw
sources
material?
because next target we will enter to Malaysia Gas Associations
Okay.
because in Malaysia not only in Shah Alam only have acetylene gas manufacturing.
I
In Sarawak we also have acetylene gas manufacturing. In Johor we have about 5 plants for acetylene gas manufacturing. So the source one in Shah Alam already 60,000 kilogram. So it's a huge amount of skid waste actually.
Okay. Next question from me, because you showed like physically the performance, you can see lah, it clears up the waste and all that. But have you done comparison in terms of the performance itself? Is there can you show that your product adheres to the required standards, perhaps?
All right. So I did comparison study with lime.
Okay.
Right. So the performance can be said the same. So for example, color removal by using ACL 90%, by using lime also 90%. Right. So I already do the
comparable.
testing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So when in your business model canvas just now, you have a couple of partners, Liden Sdn Bhd.
Yes, leading gases in
Is the partner.
Yes, the partner.
So what kind of partnership that you are venturing into?
Currently the sludge,
Is there any agreement?
the second skid waste. We don't have proper agreement yet, but in discussion to have MOA.
MOA between the Liden Sdn
Liden
Bhd
and UiTM.
UiTM.
Be specifically with Inno and Vitex Sdn Bhd also.
Sorry?
Inno and Vitex Sdn Bhd also.
Inno Avitech Sdn
Our
Bhd.
startup company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have actually created a startup company.
Yes, I already have startup company.
And the technology, the IP is being licensed to Innovation
Currently, IP with us, UiTM.
UiTM.
Yes.
Not being licensed to the startup company yet.
Not yet, because the startup company just launched in June.
Okay.
But this product, I already do testing about last year.
Okay,
So
okay.
I have already IP patented by UiTM.
So how is it going to be? Is it going to be licensed to the startup, to your startup later on?
Startup also have MOA or something agreement with UiTM. So we need to pay certain amount to UiTM, so it doesn't have any issue about that.
Licensing is on the
Yes,
IP lah.
licensing only,
Okay, thank
yeah.
you.
Right, thank you.
Baiklah, demikian tadi sesi soal jawab untuk pembentang kita yang kedua. Tepukan untuk teknologis Nur Ain Sahudin atas pembentangan itu tadi. Satu produk yang akan memberi manfaat kepada alam sekitar. Baiklah, tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, kita mempersilakan Yang Berusaha Dr. Ivy Sim Choi Gyo untuk memperkenalkan produk beliau, Grip Plus. Dipersilakan. Tepukan, tuan-tuan dan puan.
Issues in advance. Just trying to get the slides to work. I mean, can I control it? Can. It's not moving though. Oh, right. This one. Oh, ke sana. Oh, ya ke? how do I go back? Macam mana pergi balik? Can I go back and forth if it's possible?
But is it moving or not?
I don't know, it's moving.
Like this.
Oh, the other way, sorry.
Yeah, not like this.
Is there a pointer?
Yeah, they got a pointer here.
Which one is that? Oh, that one at the back. Okay, all right. So which button is it?
Only this.
Only
Don't
this
touch
forwards.
another button.
Oh,
Okay, so I
sorry.
will ask my friend to.
Oh, go forwards only. Okay, right. Sorry.
Bila kita berikan sedikit ruang masa untuk technical upgrading.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Ivy. I'm an anesthesiologist working at Hospital Al Sultan Abdullah in Pucha Alam from the Department of Anesthesiology and Intensive Care. And my product or invention is called Grip Plus. And that's a photo of it right there. Yes, okay, so the key to my product is really this procedure here called mask ventilation. So the first picture you can see, a bit busy, but basically it's a scene of cardiopulmonary resuscitation where you can see the female responder is holding a mask and squeezing a bag to actually push oxygen into the lungs in a patient who is not breathing. On the picture on the right, this is a scene from the operating theater in which we arrest the breathing of the patient artificially. So same situation again, we have an apneic patient that needs ventilation. So the key to holding a mask, there's 2 points. One, the mask needs to be airtight over the patient's nose and mouth, and the airway needs to be open, okay, by these methods, either a head tilt chin lift or a jaw thrust maneuver. And in a average-sized patient, we can manage them very easily with one hand hold. You can see that the thumb and the index finger is holding the mask to the patient's face, and the remainder of the 3 fingers provide the head tilt and chin lift, and the other hand squeezes the back. But when we get more challenging patients, we can use the same configuration of the hands, but with both hands together. And if we have particularly difficult or heavy patients, then we come to this hole, okay, which is the preferred hole, in which we use half the strength of our hand, the thumb and the base of the thumb, to push the mask onto the face, and the remainder of the hand, all 4 fingers, get behind the patient's jaw to provide that jaw thrust and open the airway so that we can provide effective ventilation. So the problem lies in that we can have big patients, and sometimes there's a discrepancy between a rather average-sized provider versus having to manage the airway of an obese patient. Our masks are all have this same design flaw in which it is. You can see that it's quite tenuous in the second picture there, the hold, in order to maintain a hold on an obese patient, and that leads to fatigue for our providers and our doctors, and that means that mask ventilation becomes not very effective. I don't need to say too much about this, but basically our population is getting more and more obese. We are seeing more patients, coming into hospital in this category, and whether it's COVID, pregnant ladies, it's all the same. Sorry about the pointer going all over the place. And how important is mask ventilation anyways? The question is, how long can your brain hold its breath? Okay, how long can you be deprived of oxygen before you get brain damage? The answer is 4 minutes. 4 minutes, probably, okay? And you see with larger patients, they have lower oxygen capacities because of all the weight of the chest wall and the abdominal, tissues basically means that they have less oxygen reserves in their lung. So they are at risk. So there is no solution for the current problem, and that's why I came up with this invention called the Grip Plus. So this is how it works. Picture on the left basically shows how we would use it with the, hold the mask with a, basically standard preferred hold for a difficult patient. And this is a normal size mannequin actually. Okay, and with the device in place, you can see that there's a comfortable place for the provider's hand, and the distance between the thumb and the rest of the fingers is less. So compared to an outstretched hand grip, you have a smaller and a stronger grip, and that's proven. This is just an end-on view of the device in place. So I'd just like to say that, it's a bit like driving a manual car, okay? If you are performing mask ventilation on a patient, it's a very manual part of our task, actually. And I can say that for sure because I'm an anesthesiologist and I anesthetize patients routinely, okay? So having a device in place makes it a little bit more easy for the healthcare provider to do their job, and of course is crucial for patient safety as well. So the market size is big because it is a companion device to the standard anesthetic face mask, and every large hospital will have all their emergency airway equipment in an emergency trolley. So we intend to equip every single emergency trolley with that device. So conservative estimate, 25 trolleys per major hospital. In Klang Valley, lots of main government hospitals, small hospitals, private hospitals, and I do think that individual healthcare practitioners will also be interested to have it as a personal device that they can carry with them, just like a stethoscope, okay? So wherever they practice, they have this device available, and that can also be personalized. And of course, obesity is not really an issue just for our country, it's actually for, the international market as well. Okay, so once we have the patent, which is in progress, and regulatory approval for a medical device, and once we complete the clinical studies that proves its efficacy, will go into mass production, and the revenue mainly will be from sales via the e-commerce website, whether it's individual or bulk purchase, and that will be channeled onto R&D, be it, so to create a more premium product, maybe with silicone padding. Okay, so at the current moment, the patent is pending. There is a working prototype and it's undergoing clinical trials. This is the ask. I think the bulk of it is that the item needs an injection mold, which costs quite a bit to go into mass production. Regulatory approval is required. We intend to use an e-commerce website to sell our product. And initial inventory will estimate about 250. The cost unit is 20 ringgit. Selling price for proprietary product will be 50 ringgit. Our initial profit will estimate 7,500. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention.
Itu dia satu produk yang cukup efektif untuk diketengahkan dalam bidang perubatan dan juga boleh menyelamatkan nyawa. Baiklah, kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab. Dipersilakan.
Thank you, Dr. Ivy, on the presentation. So, this, okay, so now correct me if I'm wrong. The innovation here is the white design, right? The
Correct.
one that holds, right? Then
Correct.
it will actually fit all existing masks
So,
in the market?
our anesthetic face mask is actually got a standard 15mm connector.
Like a
Yes.
neck there, right?
Correct. So that device is basically customized for that, so it should fit every single anesthetic mask and circuit that we have in use currently.
Okay. And my next question will be, your target market will be the healthcare providers and also the hospitals and whatnot, right?
Correct.
And why do you plan to go to market with e-commerce, where it's more on like a B2C thing? I just want to know why. Thank you.
I think it's more convenience. I suppose getting the word out is first. We're speaking to the anesthetic departments as well as the emergency departments first of every hospital. Once they are interested to buy it, then the mode of actually purchase and order and all that will be via the website. But, yeah.
Hi, Dr. Ivy. I'm just wondering about, you said you filed a patent already?
Sorry, say that again.
You filed the patent already on the product? You
Filed the
IP?
patent, yes. Yes, a
okay.
patent is in
And
progress.
you're doing clinical trials at the moment?
Yes, correct.
All right, so what's next? After your clinical trials happens, what do you have to do then?
Sorry, what about the
What
clinical
do you
trial?
have to do after your clinical trials?
So once we have the results from the clinical trial, we would like to publish it.
Okay.
Yes. Once the results are out, then that actually provides a good supporting document for us to actually, say to a hospital or department that this device works. You should try it. So.
Okay. I'm asking more in terms of the regulatory issues. So what kind of regulatory issues do you need to deal with in order for you to bring it to the market?
This is every medical device that comes in contact with patients need to go through the medical device authority, and there will be an application process. However, compared to more invasive products, this is considered a class 1 device, so there isn't as many complications compared to an invasive device, I suppose, but you still need to go through the appropriate channels and the application process.
Okay. How is your plan to bring this to the market? Are you looking at perhaps setting up your own startup and bringing it to the market yourself? Or are you looking at perhaps doing some licensing to a medical device company?
I think. I think both. We have to look into both. I'm not too sure exactly. I'll be honest. I'm not too sure exactly which is the most efficient to get the device out there. I think I would go towards something that is a little bit more convenient and faster to get the device out, because I think that
So
a
you're
lot of
still
people need
open
this device.
to
Yeah.
exploring.
Sorry, I
this
can't really hear because there's a bit of
it's
background
fine.
noise.
This is just a layman question, really. I'm just curious. Does that mean that in each OT, every time someone goes through an operation, the anesthesiologist is actually physically holding the mask throughout the operation?
Correct, because when you undergo a general anesthetic, your breathing is arrested artificially, and this procedure is necessary every time.
Okay, so they can't just have a mask, perhaps with a strap around the head to hold it to the patient's head?
You remember there are two parts to the mask ventilation. First is that you need to hold it so you get an airtight seal. The second part is you need to open the patient's airway. So there's a little bit of manual effort required there actually to do either a head tilt chin lift or jaw thrust maneuver.
Because of the way,
so having a mask on is more like somebody who's breathing spontaneously and just needs a little bit of a seal and a mask and a bit of assistance, positive pressure. But when you're completely relaxed and your breathing has stopped, you really do need a little bit of assistance. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, doctor. I have two questions. You mentioned just now that the price is targeted to be at 20 ringgit per piece.
That's the cost price.
Oh, that's the cost price.
Yes.
So expensive.
Selling price 50 ringgit.
Wow, selling price 50 ringgit.
But plus proprietary, because we have to go through a lot of process to...
How long did it take for you to develop, from design until you can produce one?
I would say it took about a year plus, because there's a lot of testing involved, prototypes. I think I have about 8 prototypes to come to the final one, and this is not even the final one. I mean, there can be further enhancements as well, but something that's working, it did take quite a bit of time,
So for the current product, it took you like 1 year to come out with the design?
Yes. To come up with a working prototype, I would say the design is, I already drew it right away, actually.
Okay. I did not see any data mentioned about, this device could save or what, 10% lives or what? Is there such a number?
Sorry, say
By
that.
applying this device, it can save 20%
I
fatality
think that's
or
what
whatever.
we are trying to, I'll share with you a little bit about my clinical study on this device. What we are doing is we are...
With and without it, how much life can it save? That's what I meant. Percentage-wise, maybe?
How much life you can save? I would say, is whether you can provide mask ventilation effectively or not is either a yes or no. It's 100% to me. If you fail to provide mask ventilation adequately to a patient, you will kill the patient.
It would be good if you can have those data before you go to market.
That's why we're trying to do the clinical studies, to just provide a little bit more firm data and objective data to help people make that decision, see how clearly that it is helpful. I mean, we have a lot of feedback, verbal feedback, that it is something that is nice to use, makes it less tiring to hold for a heavy patient, but we do need that data to, the numbers.
Okey, demikian tadi sesi soal jawab bersama dengan pembentang kita yang ketiga
Thank you.
terbaik dan kita berikan tepukan untuk Dr. Ivy Sim. Terima kasih Doktor. Dan seterusnya kita ingin mempersilakan Yang Berusaha Encik Taufili bin Taufik dengan teknologi beliau SS316L Lightweight Aileron Aircraft Bracket. Dipersilakan.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. My name is Taufili Taufik. I'm from the School of Mechanical and Engineering. So today I will present about the efficient framework for selective laser melting. So selective laser melting is one of the metal 3D printing process which use high energy laser in order to selectively fuse and melt the metal powder layer by layer. So SLM technology usually can produce a lot of material such as titanium alloy, stainless steel, inconel, copper, and so on and so forth. So basically, however, the disadvantage of the SLM technology, usually they are very expensive material powder such as titanium alloy. So usually the price for the 1 kilogram of the titanium alloy can cost like 1,000 ringgit. So on the right side is the example of the component that produced from SLM technology. So, and then the SLM poses very complex phenomena during the process, which consists of high temperature gradient. So when the high temperature gradient, usually they have a lot of residual stress induced into the component. And then it will cause a defect, such as distortion and also residual stress. So in order to predict the defect, so usually we use a numerical simulation method in order to predict. So in numerical simulation method, we have 3 different scales, consists of thermal micro, TMM meso, thermomechanical meso, and also ISM macro. So each of these method can be categorized into computational time, result accuracy, required material data, required process parameters, user, and also the simulation result output. So, for the problem statement in the Malaysia context, the company that own the metal 3D printing machine, so there are lack of understanding of for lightweight method using generative design. So basically, from the benefit of selective laser melting, we can produce a very complex geometry. Usually, we can produce a lightweight design, lightweight component. And also, experiment or trial and error attempts cost material, energy, time, and labor. And lastly, the conventional numerical simulation method requires high computational time and efforts. So this is the current solution or the current practice that been used by the former company in Malaysia. So usually it starts with the client approach. So basically the client will provide a design and then the company will insert the input data into the machine and then produce a component. However, at this stage, there are 2 possibilities, which is the component is okay or the component have a defect. So if the component have a defect, so it will repeat the process into the SLM machine until the desired component meet the standards. So from this current solution, basically, we can say that the trial and error approach leads to material waste, improper framework, excessive overhead cost in terms of labor, machine hourly rate, and so on and so forth. And also, no suggestion on the product improvement can be provided to the client. So in our solution, when we got from the client, so we got a design, so we can do the generative design, meaning that we do the design simulation, and then we do the process simulation. So after that, we can present to the client about our simulation result, and if the client is satisfied, then we proceed to the printing process. So the idea here, we always do the simulation first before we do the printing process, because the printing process is very expensive. So from here, no trial and error attempt, save material, efficient framework, simulation result can provide better insight for client prior to the printing process. So this is the current research in terms of distortion analysis. So as you can see, there's 3 different scale, which the MMSO, ISM macro with calibration, and also the multi-scale. So the multi-scale is the newly developed by our team. So by using this method, we can get a good result, which is 5.48% of the simulation error, and the total time is 4 hours, 8 minutes. So the computational time is reduced up to 72% as compared to TMMSO. And this is the current research in terms of the mass reduction. So this is the original design and also the lightweight design. Same material, stainless steel 316L, and the mass is reduced up to 59% by using generative design. So the innovations from this research, so basically we are increasing strength to weight ratio by using GD for lightweight aircraft component, reducing experiment try and error by using simulation method for design and process, and also speeding up the computational time by using novel multi-scale numerical process simulation without calibration. So this is the market size for metal additive manufacturing. On the left is the market size that is categorized by each sectors. As we can see, the highest is the automotive and also industrial machine, which is 20%, and the aerospace followed by the aerospace 18%. On the right is the market research report for metal additive manufacturing from Technavio. So as we can see, the YOY is 20.6%, CAGR is 20.84%, and the growth momentum can be considering as accelerating. And the predicted market size growth is 7.5 billion USD. So this is the business model. So what we are doing actually, so basically we are doing consultation for the revenue stream, training, and also testing and validation. For the cost structure, usually we pay our postgraduate student in order to do the research and development, software rental, and also machine rental. So for the efficient framework for SLM, we provide design simulation, material selection, process simulation, process, and also validation. So this is our history. So usually we are established in 2010 with the name of Amtex, and also established in 2016, we are changing our name to AMT. So from 2010 to 2016, we are focusing on welding technology. And in 2019, we got a fund from the government and we become Center of Excellence. So from there, we are focusing on the metal additive manufacturing technology. So this is our team. I'm the leader of the SLM technology, supervised by the director himself, Prof. Peter, and also the head of the Unit 1, Dr. Shaiman. So if you would like to have a further discussion, you can come to our office for a meeting. And also you can find in the website also LinkedIn, FB, and also Instagram. So thank you very much.
Itu dia satu inovasi yang cukup menarik. Dan kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab bersama dengan para juri. Dipersilakan.
Cik Taufili.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to clarify. Sebenarnya what you're presenting here is an innovation in terms of the process of developing something for metal printing. Is it?
The framework actually.
Sorry?
The framework.
The framework.
Yeah.
Okay. So your framework is something that can be applied to all types of metal printing. In the metal printing industry as a whole.
Only for selective laser melting.
Okay.
Only. So because selective laser melting is one of the technology under metal 3D printing. So the beauty of our solution is we provide the simulation result first before we proceed to the printing process.
Right.
Yeah.
So this can be applied to anyone who wants to use it in any industry, automotive ke,
Yeah.
aerospace ke, medical ke, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
As long as they're using that technique, they can use your framework.
Yes, exactly.
And then that framework will offer things in terms of savings, in terms of less material used and all that.
Yes,
betul?
exactly.
Okay. So how do you plan to, is this something that you plan to monetize and to offer as a business offering?
Okay, so basically we already have a Center of Excellence, SMRI. So usually, even starting from last year, we already conduct a training for the lecturer who would like to attend our simulation training. So maybe in the future, we would like to have like a company that would like to do the simulation first. Maybe, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it from me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a bit unclear about your presentation just now. Okay, so this is basically a process, a method that you have developed in order to save material.
Yes.
Right.
So basically it's a framework. So the current practice, they don't use the simulation. Okay, so they just directly print. And
Okay.
mostly, usually there will be a defect such as distortion, you know. So in our case, we develop a simulation first before we proceed to the real printing process. And also the result from the simulation also we also can use to convince our client.
So you are saying that every 3D company outside there,
Uh-huh.
they do not simulate the process first before they print?
Yes, they don't simulate first.
Oh, really?
I mean in Malaysia,
Oh.
not outside, because outside also they already use the simulation first.
Okay, fine. Uh, okay. Apa nama dia? Okay, you did not mention by applying, say, your technique, your simulation, kan, how much, or is there any percentage that a company can save? You know, if not, the material is like this, then by applying your technique, save material by 30, 20%. Do you quantify that?
Not yet,
measurement?
but currently we are developing a costing tool. So meaning that from there we can already predict the price. So
No, let's not talk about the price yet. Talk
uh-huh.
about the waste of material. Like by applying your technique, your process here, your simulation, how much material can be saved? Is there such a data information on this?
Yeah, in the costing tool, actually we already have the equation, but I don't put inside this. Maybe that one can be a...
How many percentage saving of material? Can
So
you say
usually
right now?
the recycled material, we use a 30% recycled material. For the total volume, not everything is burned. Some material can be reused. That's the beauty of the selective laser melting. So usually we take it as a 30%.
Okay, I think in the future you need to have this data so that you can quantify, you know, and entice people to adopt your solution lah.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Demikian tadi untuk peserta yang keempat. Kita berikan tepukan kepada Encik Taufili. Dan seterusnya, majlis ingin mempersilakan Dr. Natrina Marian Pitoyong dengan produknya Spinal Epidural Positional Pillow SEPP. Dipersilakan.
Hi, good afternoon. Let me test the... Right, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Natrina, and on behalf of my team from the Faculty of Medicine and the College of Creative Arts, I'm here to actually seek funding, but I guess there's no funding here, but to seek funding for our spinal epidural positional pillow for its product development and market validation. For market validation and product validation, sorry. So we are a team of 3 anesthesiologists. They're going to butcher me for... And I'm the team from the industrial design. So there's 2 designers and 3 medical practitioners. So surgical procedures in general is a very high risk procedure. And within that, we have the central neuroaxial block procedure, a spinal epidural. From here onward, I'll just say spinal epidural for ease. And it demands very high accuracy, and it's a very high-risk procedure. So the success of the entire process actually lies in how you position the patient. And currently, there's lots of studies that says, you know, it's the way they sit. Let's put pillows. Current solution in most hospitals is using those square pillows, and that's what we have. And it is made more difficult when the patient is large size, such as your obese individuals or maybe pregnant ladies. And another aspect that we have to look at is that this procedure is kind of scary. So nurses are there, not only for physically helping out, but they actually have to have, they're there for emotional support. And this is what we normally see. And there are existing solutions. So you must be wondering, I'm sure there's some solution out there. There are. But first of all, it's costly. The alternative is about $6,000 US, or the electric version is 16,000. It's not in the screen. So our solution is this. We look at the user from two perspectives, the medical practitioner themselves and the patient, in which what we want is the medical practitioner being able to place the patient in a correct, comfortable, promoting the cervical, thoracic, and lumbar flexion so that it's easy for them to be in a stable, safe, and non-nervous. This is how it works. It basically puts the patient into the perfect position. So our first development started off with just a handmade prototype. And upon first usage, the user intuitively know what to do. But we did a second development in which after that, we realized that it actually decreases the time for the setting up and also the procedure itself, because once it's set up properly, what you have is that they don't move. But if they move, it further pushes the time back. So our market opportunity, we see it as, first of all, the low-hanging fruit is the private hospitals, in which they have lots of average, we take 10 OTs, and also our case study was on delivery, so a lot of C-section happening. And our business model is we will be a startup assisted within the university ecosystem, promoting brand from the UiTM. And then short term is we will do contract manufacturing. Later on, as we progress, we build our brand stronger, we can license out the brand, and finally, we will diversify into other pillows once we are known for pillow makers. And this is how this is a diagram of how our startup will look like. As a startup, with the help of BITCOM and business development unit within the university, we will reach our user that way, and also we will have an alternative of patent licensing. And our partners, who we are already working with now on the costing and trying to figure out how much it will cost, they will look into certification for us, with us. And finally, what we hope to get from there is we can offer customized solution, educational marketing, and replacement of cover. And in the spirit of circular economy, if the foam can be recyclable, so we can work with material recovery facilities for that. And this is to reach our goal, which is, first of all, sales. And second, once the brand is strong, like I said, we can actually develop into more pillows. And we have reached out to the doctors network and, give out the good news. And there is no negative feedback. Everybody's saying, come, let's go from different hospitals. So doctors have their friends, so we start off from there. And, it's taking 5 minutes of my time. Okay, so we have patent pending at the moment. Fast. I don't want to show this. All right. Okay, so this is our timeline. Basically, we are seeking funding for second quarter of 2024 for market and product validation, in which after that's done, we'll move to marketing and sales and production. And distribution of funds will be as such, in which a lot of it will go into the production of the mold itself, which will cost around 1,500. That just the mold, and then other development. And that is it. So it will be a single site testing, in which we have already gotten a yes from HASA. They have 16 operational theater that we can actually go into. Right, and thank you. That's it for me. Thank you.
Baiklah, kita buka sesi soal jawab. Tepukan buat Dr. Natrina.
Doctor,
Yes.
that's your prototype.
Yes.
How many prototypes do you have up until this point?
Sorry?
How many prototypes do you have up until this point?
3 version. The
You have
first
three
is,
So, is it like one size fits all, or how?
Yes, actually it does.
Really?
The first version we had, I cannot reveal so much of design, but the first version we had a slightly different, and we realized we need to improve on the design. So on our design team, that's what we did, and there were further improvement. It can fit all, actually. You can test it later. Because there is a reason why it can fit all, which I will not tell you.
The material is like cloth or PVC or?
Currently, this is a PVC, plastic leather. But we are looking into that as a revenue model, so it can be cloth. And there will be wear and tear, and people can actually buy, and we can specialize it for a hospital branding and stuff.
Okay. I didn't see in your presentation, what would be your planned selling price for the consumer later on?
Cost price, now, we already had the costing for manufacturing. Cost price will go up around 400.
That's the cost price?
Yeah, cost price. So that means we can go up to medical pillows with branding. It should have value, so it shouldn't be too cheap. That's what I believe, because the value comes in the service and the promise that we give from our product. So it will be categorized as medical pillow.
Medical pillow?
Yeah.
So it won't be sold in pharmacy?
It won't, because people won't be buying it, they won't be injecting anywhere. So it will be direct to hospitals.
Direct to hospital. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Doctor. Thanks for the presentation. So echoing to Mr. Mio's question, approximately, I mean, presumably, a hospital, how many of these are they going to buy?
Sorry, if it's a hospital.
If it's a hospital,
We are calculating
minimum.
A minimum according to how many operation theater they have.
Okay.
So they have about 10, 15.
10, 15 theater.
Yes.
So we are looking at 10, 15 units.
Yes.
So when will be their next purchase of this? I would like to know the
There will be wear and tear because of the outer layer. That's where all the gripping comes in. But we will, of course, promise to provide the best stitches and all that.
Okay.
So that will, it shouldn't break down too fast, but it is replaceable because after each use, they have to wash. It's just like hospital pillows.
Yeah.
And also, going back to your question, once this will be like the our startup's first product. If we can provide and prove ourselves to be able to provide, we will go into other pillows, which is faster moving ones.
So meaning for this particular product, so the turnover of the sales turnover, meaning the repeat purchase, assumably right, like 1 year after, 2 years after.
1 year is fair, yes, about 1 year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Doctor. Just one question from me. What do you think would be your biggest barrier to getting the hospitals to buy this product?
We are not targeting public hospitals yet because of the bureaucracy that might go into that. So we will be going to private, and this is a very niche product, and we are really hoping on starting off with the doctors network. That means doctors testifying that it's good. Even if it's not super good, if it's helpful, there's no reason not to have it around.
But you do need MDA certification for this.
Sorry?
You do need MDA certification for this as a medical device?
Not necessarily. Probably if it's certification, it'll be for the outer casing, how, on the durability of it. But in terms of it being used, because currently they're using other pillows. They're just stacking 3-4 pillows. So this product does not promise accuracy. It helps in accuracy.
Okay, that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Itu dia sekali lagi tepukan untuk Dr. Natrina, satu produk yang beri manfaat kepada mereka yang mempunyai masalah tulang belakang ataupun pesakit yang mempunyai masalah tulang belakang. Dah 5 peserta membuat pembentangan pada petang ini. Apa kata kita berikan tepukan gemuruh buat kelima-lima peserta bagi sesi yang pertama pada petang ini. Dan di sini dapat membuka mata kita betapa pentingnya sesebuah penyelidikan ataupun inovasi itu untuk memberi manfaat kepada kita dan seluruh yang ada di dunia ini sebenarnya secara amnya. Jadi Walau bagaimanapun, tanpa sebarang sumber keuangan, perkara-perkara sebegitu tak dapat dijalankan dengan baik. Oleh dengan itu, kami pada hari ini ada membuka ruang untuk anda beramal dan memberi sumbangan ke tabung amanah penyelidikan dan inovasi UiTM. Dan anda boleh scan QR code yang disediakan di ruangan makan di bahagian luar Dewan. Jadi semoga sumbangan anda akan menjadi salah satu saham akhirat buat kita nanti. Semoga memberi manfaat kepada ramai lagi orang dan memberi manfaat kepada para penyelidik untuk setiap penyelidikan-penyelidikan mereka. Baiklah, hadirin yang dihormati, sesi pitching berehat seketika dan akan bersambung selepas 15 minit. Ini bermakna dalam pukul 3.30 petang, semua akan berada di sini semula untuk kita teruskan mendengarkan dan menyaksikan pembentangan lagi 5 peserta. Jadi, sama-sama kita gunakan ruang dan masa yang ada ini untuk refreshment session dan juga sesi networking antara kita. Jadi sesi ditangguhkan sementara. Baiklah, kita akan adakan cabutan bertuah. Jadi dengan itu, ini ditunggu-tunggu juga ni masa ni kan. Kita jemput Dr. Sufri Mas Tuli untuk membuat cabutan dan mengumumkan nama-nama pemenang bertuah. Dipersilakan.
Alright, saya kembali lagi dengan hadiah-hadiahnya. Hadiah tak banyak, ada 15 je. Alright. Saya nak screen stop. Saya minta Dr. Helmi untuk berada di atas pentas untuk bantu saya serahkan hadiah kepada pemenang. Okey, kita mulakan cabutan nombor pertama. (102). Nombor tak ada ulangan ya, sila bukakan telinga, besarkan mata. 102. Oh, alhamdulillah. Petang ni kita banyak sikit. 151, 151, 151, 240, 240, 240. Kalau dah ho-ho tu datang sini ya. Hadiah tak datang belakang. 301. Mana yang ho tadi tu? Oh ya. 301. 301. Tak perlu beritahu saya nombor ya. Saya ada nombor di depan. 256. 256, 260, 260. Ya, wakil daripada MTDC. 260. 83, 83. 83. Ada. 370. 370. Alhamdulillah. Rezeki yang dirancang. 370. 263. Ada lagi ke hadiah? Oh, nak pilih tudung ke? Okey, yang ini boleh pilih-pilih. Okey, alright. 263. 263. 263, 478, 478, San, 333. 333. Tiga. Ada? Nombor berapa? Okey, tak nampak ya, saya rabun. 471. 429. 429. Ada? Ada lagi? Oh, tudung. Okey lah kot. Maafkan saya tak berdisiplin. 142. 142. 242. 264. 342. Oh, tak ada. Oh, dah habis. Oh, ada lagi. 462. Saya perlukan nombor. Saya sebut je 007. 007. Alhamdulillah. Sila. 007. Saya perlukan nombor. Pro Azhar ya. Ya, betul. Alhamdulillah dapat tudung baru hari ini. 12. Oh, Pro Azura. Azura 397. Jangan berlari ya. Tak ada 3. Sabar. Sabar. 3108. Tak ingat nombor awak. $83. 194. 439. Bukan nombor dia cakap tak ada. 365. Saya ikut anak murid 67. 329. Kamizan nombor berapa? 20. Okey, 20. Nombor berapa tadi? 28. Lepas ni saya kena balik terus bawa kereta lah. 64. Tak tahu siapa punya? Okey lah tu. Ada lagi? Penyampai. You punya? Tak payahlah, tak payah bagi dia. 353. Kita ada 3 lagi. Saya tutup mata, tak ada dengar. Dosa banyak sangat hari ni. 349. 540. Dah lah tu. 207. Ada satu lagi tu. 141. Okey, cepat, kita ada a few second lagi ni. 340. Ada hadiah satu lagi. Okey, satu lagi. Mana boleh main pilih-pilih. Ini bukan pasal malam ya. Maafkan saya. Okey, yang terakhir untuk hari ini. Esok ada lagi. So, sila-sila hadir ya. Esok boleh datang. Ada lagi 20 hadiah yang harus diberikan. Okey, terima kasih. Saya serahkan majlis kepada Adik Kamal. Maafkan saya.
Okey, tahniah kepada para pemenang jabatan bertuah. Esok ada lagi. Jadi pastikan anda berada di sini untuk mana tahu ada rezeki kan, sambil-sambil kita melawat booth-booth inovasi ataupun produk-produk hasil-hasil penyelidikan tu sambil-sambil kita tunggu result cabutan bertuah ya. Jadi kita masih lagi menantikan pada jam 3.30 petang nanti untuk sesi yang seterusnya yang mana kita akan mendengarkan lagi 5 orang peserta untuk membentangkan produk-produk mereka. Jadi kita berikan sedikit masa lagi, sama-sama kita berehat seketika. Baiklah, majlis akan bermula sebentar saja lagi. Dimohon untuk para peserta bersedia. Dan suka untuk saya ingatkan juga, kami sangat menghargai setiap kehadiran tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang hadir ke program ini, yang sama-sama memberi support ya untuk setiap produk-produk yang dipamerkan pada hari ini di Dewan Annex ini. Jadi itu satu yang sangat-sangat kami hargai. Namun begitu, ketika sesi pembentangan sedang berlangsung, kita ingin mohon semua yang berada di Dewan ini agar dapat tone down kan ataupun volume down kan kita punya conversation antara kita supaya kita dapat memberi ruang untuk para juri memberi fokus dan dapat mendengarkan dengan baiklah untuk setiap pembentangan-pembentangan yang akan berlangsung selepas ini. Jadi mohon kerjasama semua ketika sedang berlangsungnya sesi pembentangan nanti agar dapat perlahankan sedikit kita punya suara ataupun perbualan kita agar dapat memberi ruang untuk para juri fokus pada setiap pembentangan para peserta kita nanti. Terima kasih atas kerjasama. Bila saya menunggu queue untuk mulakan majlis, untuk mulakan semula, untuk kita sambung sesi pembentangan kita pada petang ini. Mungkin ada tinggal lagi beberapa minit ataupun second untuk kita mulakan. Jadi harap para peserta yang bakal membuat pembentangan dah pun berada di ruangan Dewan ini ataupun di tempat duduk. Peserta yang seterusnya nampaknya dah bersedia ya. Baiklah, sebelum kita mulakan untuk sesi yang seterusnya bagi sesi pitching pada petang ini, sekali lagi diingatkan masa diberikan 6 minit sahaja untuk pembentangan dan selebih lagi 6 minit lagi adalah untuk sesi soal jawab, di mana loceng pertama dibunyikan akan menandakan masa pembentangan berbaki 2 minit. Manakala loceng yang kedua menandakan tamatnya waktu pembentangan, dan kemudian seterusnya ketika waktu sesi soal jawab, apabila kita dengar lagi loceng, satu lagi loceng yang ketiga menandakan tamatnya sesi soal jawab tersebut. Jadi tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, kita berikan tepukan untuk peserta yang seterusnya. Peserta yang ke-6, dipersilakan yang berusaha Puan Siti Fatma Abdul Karim dengan produknya AV Bio Friend. Dipersilakan.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Tak ada pun? Oh, alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Siti Fatma binti Abdul Karim from Faculty of College of Engineering, School of Chemical Engineering. So my product today is about AV BioFriend. So AV BioFriend is an advanced starch biopolymer made from starch for dried food packaging to replace the current plastics. So as the introduction, plastic waste pollution, everybody knows. Recycling effort had been done, not enough to cater this issue, and bioplastic had been developed. However, as we know that bioplastic that had been developed in the world only cover less than 1%. So can you imagine only less than 1%, which is 99% still based from synthetic polymer, such as polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, and so on. So these are the global bioresin manufacturer and distributor around the world. As we know, this is the main issue, lack of the growing demand provide opportunities. Because of the demand is high, the numbers of resin manufacturer is very low, so opportunities is there. So we have Futero, Novamon, Biomi, Biotech, Biobag, Curare. These are the list of resin manufacturers, and some of them is resin users in order for them to convert it into product application. So current solution in Malaysia, what we have in Malaysia, we have Gaia Enterprise, we have Gaia Green Tech Syndrome Berhad, the first world using palm styrene to produce their product. We also have Vedastro in Malaysia. We also have Indochine Bioplastic. So what is the difference between these companies? They are producing bioplastic using different types of raw material. So why? Because Malaysia bioresin manufacturer is still uncompetitive due to limited raw material availability. So therefore, the opportunities mention that different kind of raw material is needed in order for them to produce more bioplastic. So if PLA is out of stock, it's okay, we have aloe vera. If aloe vera is out of stock, it's okay, we have cassava starch. So that is the situation that I'm going to cater, or the gap, loophole that we can cater. So our product is aloe vera plus starch plus polyethylene. We mix it, definitely just mix it in mixer, crush it from resin, and then we apply some hot press and produce a thin film. So why aloe vera? Because of scientifically it consists of biopolymer. Nampak macam gel, tapi ada biopolymer which can strengthen the ability of starch to form a very strong plastic. Alright, what is the unique selling point? This resin biodegraded in the soil within 90 days based on ISO 2200. I did apply in my lab, and also 90% bio-based because of AV plus starch is bio-based material. And this thin film has 655% tensile increment over thermoplastic starch base alone, and it has 43% water solubility reduction, improved product stability. So the proposed selling price is around 26.50 ringgit per kg, which is based on the raw material calculation, which is the current market price is around 2.23 to 35.60, and I believe the different prices because of different raw material and different quality of the products. Raw material supplies in Malaysia, we have potential bioresin buyers in Malaysia. We have Maribumi, Secoplus, DRN Manufacturing, and we have Straws.my. And other manufacturers, resin manufacturers in Malaysia, also our buyers. The resin buyer, also CY Intertrade. We also have resin users. Those people, those companies or manufacturers, they are using synthetic. So it is good for us to get them, introduce our bioplastic in order for them to start their bioplastic production. So where are we? We are actually in TRL number 4, thin film produced in lab, which we are targeting. Our business model is licensing. So we are currently trying to implement the formulation in real or relevant environment condition. So what we need is basically investment in prototype development in small scale trial. So we just need 74.2K compared to the others presented just now, more than 100K. So this is because of the most spent money is need for the wages for the student, which is the student development in this study is going to be very good because from lab scale to small scales, you are actually implementing in order to implement some engineering basics inside the student knowledge. So that's the thing, and the rental is at KKTM Masjid Tanah Melaka because they have the equipment and stuff from small scale manufacturing line, which is RM 2,000 per 8 hours. So that is the most expensive one so far. So this is allocation of the money by every 6 months. And then that's all from me, our team, myself as a PhD student, and my supervisor, Professor Dr. Kuhalim Kuhamid, and my team member over there, Rabiatul Adawiyah Abdul Aziz. Thank you.
Okey, kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum Puan Siti. So, what would you say is the key value proposition here for what you are putting forward today?
It's under the selling point. The key value proposition is on the selling point number 1.
Okay.
The 650% increment in tensile strength and also water solubility reduction. The number 2 is we open another segment of bioplastic based on another type of raw materials. Right. Using existing infrastructure that we have in our lab, which is basically is representing the real manufacturing line.
Okay. Cost-wise, how does that work?
Pardon?
In terms of cost?
The cost itself, I'm just calculated based on the raw material formulation, which is 6 ringgit and 63 cents.
Okay.
Raw material, and for the labor is 1 ringgit per kg. For labor is 1 ringgit and 98 cent per kg. That is the 2 things that I only considered. However, based on those values, times 4 for covering the other costs. So that is what is my expectation.
Okay. All right, never mind. You are looking at exploring licensing. You mentioned that as part of your go-to-market strategy, you're looking at licensing, right?
Yes.
And I like that you've highlighted all the potential plastic manufacturers that you can work with and things like that. Have you approached them perhaps to ask them what they think of your product and explore whether or not they might want to work with you to co-develop it and bring it to the market?
Basically, one of the resin manufacturers is already working out with our faculty, but not our team. But my team members is also one of the team members there, which is Gaia Green Tech. They are producing another plastic, but different raw materials.
But not really for this product?
Not really for this product.
Okay, so for this product, you've not really had any engagement with the industry? Are you planning to?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Puan, so the unique proposition is the aloe vera lah.
Yes, aloe vera.
But I'm a bit skeptical because aloe vera is typically used for supplement, cosmetic, and all that. Do you think your product can compete with the demand from cosmetic, supplement, and so on?
If we talk about competition, then I thought cosmetic akan dapat the highest rank, followed by food industries. However, if we talk about producing this plastic in another segment, then aloe vera can be another segment of business. Aloe vera itself can be another segment of, this aloe vera plastic can be another segment of, for the aloe vera itself, how to say? Mean aloe vera, dia ada business A, B, C raw material. So we can provide another new segment for the aloe vera itself. So if we talk about the raw material availability, 95% is provided by Forever Living, which is the company from South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, not Malaysia. So, Professor, what we are targeting is, if it can be a real situation, if we can produce this product, we need a farm. That is the highest vision that we have. We need a farm. So, why not that farm to be in Malaysia? Because this is another market another segment of farming section in Malaysia that our professor is looking for.
Okay, you mentioned just now that the raw material can be obtained from Africa.
Yes, of Forever Living.
Not from local company that you.
Local company, Forever Living is not local company, but they have their headquarters here. Headquarters is overseas, but they have their.
So basically, a company in Malaysia can purchase this raw material anytime from this local company?
Yes. Forever Living is around the world, Forever Living, 95% covered.
It's in the powder form, liquid form?
Gel form.
It's in the gel form?
Gel form. Powdered form, nanti the plastic is going to be like, they got some agglomeration.
If the manufacturer is overseas, that it is subjected to Forex lah and so on, then your product might not be competitive in the future. What do you reckon?
If the company?
No, I mean, the raw material, aloe vera, is now sourced from Africa, kata tadi.
Yes.
Right? So it is subjected to Forex lah, harga tinggi and so on. So do you think your product can be competitive in the future, having depend an imported raw material?
We can, now we find aloe vera. If we continue another R&D, then we can find what is the main chemical composition that makes the mixture become greater, then we can buy that specific composition only, that specific chemical. Tapi itu dah jadi non-bio based lah.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, terima kasih.
Itu dia. Tepukan untuk Puan Siti Fatma dengan pembentangan satu produk yang menarik untuk dipasarkan dan agak kompetitif, dan pastinya ini satu inovasi yang akan memberi kelainan di pasaran kelak, insya-Allah. Baiklah, untuk tidak membuang masa lagi, kita persilakan peserta yang ketujuh. Jadi kita persilakan peserta yang ketujuh dah ada di sini ya. Okey, dipersilakan MI Anak Setina untuk mempersembahkan produknya Bird Nest. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Actually it's Farnida. Imai is also the team member. So I am Farnida Jasni from UiTM Sabah. We just landed this morning, straight to here. And our product is Sarang Sweet Propolis, SSP. Okay. As we all know, EBN, we call it EBN, edible bird nest, because not all bird nests are edible. Only some species are edible. EBN is already in the market. It's very famous and everybody consume it, and the nutritional properties of EBN is well known. Okay, but how about stingless bee honey? It is also gaining interest commercially because of its nutritional properties. Besides honey, there is also another part of the beehive that is less utilized, that is the propolis. Okay, what is propolis? Propolis is actually the bee gum. Okay, bee gum. So what we do here is we added propolis into our edible bird nest. So that is the innovation in sarang sweet propolis. Okay, so we, through our study, this is through our study in the lab, our own study. Propolis has high nutritive value, also EBN. EBN has 62% protein. Honey, Slinger's bee honey is twice the nutritional value compared to other honey. So we add another component that is propolis. But you're thinking, okay, people are thinking, campur je semua, bagus ke? That one we also did in the lab. And we have data that it enhanced the properties of EBN. So problem statement, people thinking that EBN is expensive, the product will be expensive. But we have formulated a formulation, optimize the utilization of EBN and also reducing the cost of production. For the time being, since it's quite expensive, the market, targeted market is small. So with the reduced cost, we are targeting a bigger market, the younger market and also the younger consumer and also the current aging consumer. Okay, so in the market, we can see the same fortification with goji berry, with red dates, with cordyceps, and also the imposter white fungus. People thinking that when they bite into the white fungus, it's the EBN. Actually, it's not. It's the white fungus. Okay? The EBN dissolved into the solution. So this is what we have created. As you can see here, the product looks clean. Why I emphasize on this? Because as you can see here, propolis, the appearance is not really appealing. Okay? So, and it is hard to incorporate it into other food. If you look into the market currently, there are no food product or beverages that is added with propolis. So we have designed a formulation, a technology, so that it can be incorporated into the EBN, enhancing the flavor, so you can taste the sweet, tangy flavor of sarang sweet propolis. It's not just sweetness, with a little bit of tanginess. Okay, a little bit. And then the product also looks clean, not the dull color as in propolis. So currently, Malaysia is top 3 exporters of bird nest, top 3 in Asia, along with Indonesia and also Thailand. And China has been imported ready-to-drink beverages from Malaysia, a lot. So you can see that the market here is quite big. So for our product, actually it's already ready and we have sold over 100 bottles. Currently, we're selling it at promotional price, 8 ringgit. 8 ringgit, and we are targeting about 10 ringgit per bottle. Okay, so we target about 300 bottles for promotion. And after we finish the 300 bottles, we will use the 10 ringgit, and our margin is 33% from the cost and also excluding the cost. So we are trying to connect with local operators, EBN operators, everything local, stainless bee operators, and also the pharmaceutical and wellness market. We are targeting on traditional and also online marketing. So actually, now we are selling, so we want to grow bigger. We are ready to move forward because we think that there is value in this product and people are really interested in buying and they're willing to buy. Okay, so the production of, we are asking about 110K and we offer 30% shares of SSP to the investors. This is the team. Currently, we are self-funded, no outside funding. And that's it from Sarang Sweet Propolis, Fonsico. Thank you.
Terima kasih Puan Farnidah Jasni dan kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab bersama juri. Dipersilakan.
Wah, menarik nampak produk ni ya. 2 in 1. Ini yang kelulut lah ni.
Ya,
Seamless
kelulut,
bees
betul, kelulut.
I see.
Kita tambah bird nest, madu
Right.
kelulut dengan
Right.
propolis kelulut.
So at this point in time, for your current lab production, where do you get the kelulut from, the madu from?
From local operator in Sabah.
Yeah.
But we are buying in small scale, so it's quite expensive. If we can buy in large scale, the cost will be cheaper.
Do you think you can buy from them, let's say 1,000 liter, if you have a very big order coming soon?
Yeah, actually, in Sabah, we have, Sabah and also Sarawak, we have what do you call a middleman. They collect everything from the farmers actually. Okay, so if we can go direct to the farmer, the cost will be more reduced. But if you go through the middleman, the stock will be always ready.
I see. But do you think you are able to corner and go direct to the farmer? Because probably the farmer has already,
Yeah.
have
But it can be, it will be tedious lah. It will be
Yeah.
tedious because we have just last week persatuan sarang burung daripada Pitas, which is pedalaman Sabah, came to UiTM to discuss about bird nest. So they have the supply, but they do not know where to go.
Okay, my last question. What inspired you to combine these two products?
Come again, sir?
What inspired you to combine bird nest and propolis to make one product?
Because if we like to go to supermarkets and the pharmacy and we see everything is the same. Goji berry, red dates, cordyceps. But, and then when you ask people around, they say, oh ini pekat, ini banyak sarang burung. Actually no, too much of bird nest is useless. So the optimum percentage of bird nest is about 3 to 6% sahaja. More than that, the body will not be able to absorb and it will be flushed out. So sana pun membazir juga. Okay, jadi lepas tu kita mau sesuatu yang baru dan kita tahu stingless bee honey ini bagus. Memang banyak publication semua pun bagus. Tapi produk pun banyak juga. Honey. So sarang burung honey lagi. So we try with propolis lah.
Terima kasih. Puan apa tadi?
Farnidah.
Farnidah. Bukan ni.
Bukan Farida.
Farnidah, betul. Okey. Okey. Okey, saya punya soalan lebih kepada how high is the barrier to entry? Sebab kita dah ada brand-brand besar tadi just now, right?
Betul.
So when you come up with your own product, they see at the end of the day they will know that what's your selling point. If they want to invest in that, follow the exact proportion of sarang burung lah, propolis lah. And what happened to you? What will actually make you stay relevant in that competition?
Actually, we are also open for joining. There was a suggestion from Ranti also we go to Nexus or sell the formulation. Okay, but if they want to use the same ingredient, but they have to know how we add propolis into the.
Oh, that's the secret lah.
Actually we filed for IP under trade secret for this product already under Prime UiTM.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Puan Farnidah. I just want to know, because just now you mentioned you're already selling this product.
Yes.
So how much are you selling it for now?
Currently we're selling it 8 ringgit per bottle, and we have sold around Sabah, Sarawak, and also West Malaysia.
I see. So what's your main sales channel? How do you sell the product?
Through Facebook, mostly through WhatsApp and also word of mouth.
I see.
When we go for scientific exhibition under the faculty, we just put the product there and just ask, are you willing to buy? They are willing to buy. So after some they are returning buyers. because we in the packaging we put our contact number.
Okay. So you do your manufacturing dekat mana?
That is the one of the issue lah. We're doing it at home currently, but we are surveying shop lots, and we have found a shop lots for us to rent, and it's affordable. If we have the funding, the investment, we will go into the shop.
So just now on your slides that 110,000 was for you to set up your own production facility. Right. Okay, thank you very much, Puan.
Thank you.
Okey, demikian tadi untuk peserta yang ketujuh ya, dengan produknya bird nest, satu produk yang cukup menarik dihasilkan dengan propolis kali ini ya. Semoga maju jaya kami doakan. Dan seterusnya kita persilakan Profesor Madya Dr. Abdul Muttalib Muhammad Jani yang akan memperkenalkan produk beliau, Alkalis Carbide Lime. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. Okay, so my name is Abdul Muttalib Majani. I'm from UiTM Perak branch, okay, in Perak. So today I'm going to present to you my prototypes. Is basically a portable halal detection system. Okay, so as an introduction, so as you know that food adulteration is a term that has been used in food technology. Means that the food have been contaminated with other foreign materials. Okay, so if you look in foreign countries, for example, so most of the European countries, you can see a range of food products have been contaminated, and most of the countries or most of the products have been contaminated is meat. Okay, and some even meat have been contaminated up to 100% by the horse meat. Okay, so in Malaysia, the scenario is different because why? Because most of the meat products have been contaminated with pork or porcine samples, which is very prohibited in Islam. Okay, so when this happens, there's basically a mislabel or false declaration by the food processing or by the manufacturers. So I share with you some of the articles have been hit in nation last few years about why this prototype is very important for us to develop and to solve this problem. Okay. So the problem is basically lies on the SOP of detecting the DNA. So the samples that arrive, let's say you import a sample, the meat sample from abroad. So you have to take the samples and then bring to the lab. So you have to extract the DNA, and then you have to do some analysis, and then until the data validations. So these took too long, say around 2 hours to 24 hours. And this method also have been agreed by JAKIM, very tedious, very costly, complicated, and sometimes give you false declaration or false results. So with this approach, with this problem, this is basically the current technology that have been available in the market. Okay, so basically they are using the PCR techniques or ELISA to detect your DNA. Okay, so Elgin is one of the company that provide real-time PCR, and some of the halal JAKIM lab, Halvec or JAKIM Halal Analysis Center also do this technique. And this is basically considered as the gold standard method for detecting DNA in pork samples or the meat samples. Okay, so if you compare with other competitors, okay, for example, pork test kit or the river pork, they are using the immunosensor. This is less sensitive because they are using antibody detections. So ours also use the DNA system. Okay, we detect by using the prototype, we're using the electrochemical detection that can be used to detect the DNA sample on spot. Okay, so this is what we're proposing. We shorten the time, means that the sample no need to bring to the lab, so you can extract the sample on the spot. Then we have a pre-mixed solution that we prepare, that you can basically mix various samples and then automatically detect by our portable system. Okay, so we have patented this and we have a copyright for this method and also system. And this is basically the technology that we want to offer to the JAKIM. So basically, this is what we call POCT, point or care testing. This is on-the-spot testing. So this basically, they are basically simple and seamless, sensitive, and easy to use. Which is basically no other method in the market. So this is basically the size opportunity for this portable system. Okay, so you know Malaysia is the leading halal hub globally with the market revenue around 8.4 trillion. Okay? And these have been validated by the market key players. For example, JAKIM, okay, MITI, and also HDC. So HDC is basically the halal development corporation. They agree that when you have a portable system, you can solve a lot of problems, not only for halal verification, you can also use for the kosher passover and also for the vegans practice. And this is our business model. So our value is basically a point of care testing, POCT. So we can test your sample on the spot, which is very simple, okay, which is sensitive and comparable to QCPR, and you can have stimulus like your handphones and also scan. So we have some support for verification for the halal certification from JAKIM, okay? So this is the channel, and we are basically proposing to build up a company with a spin-off company, and this is our basically milestone up to date. So the level of the TR now is 6, so we're aiming to, the product is ready, okay? We have validated the samples in the lab, and we also targeted the prototype to be ready for TR7 by end of this year, and by end of next year will be TR9. And we are proposing 3.5 million for this prototype to be developed. So we have a CAPEX there, it stands for capital expenditure, and we have the rest is basically the operational expenditure. And this is our team members from UiTM Perak and UiTM Shah Alam. And we have also a partner from Nano Malaysia Berhad to pre-commercialize our product in advance before we start the market. Okay, thank you.
Itu dia tepukan untuk Prof. Madya Dr. Abdul Muttalib dengan produknya A Portable DPASV Based Halal Detection System. Kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab bersama dengan juri, dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Abdul Muttalib.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're envisioning this as a point of care type of system where they can just go direct to the source and test it easily without going to the lab.
Yes. True.
So who are your key customers here? Will it be JAKIM in that sense, or are you looking at something that a consumer can use if they are curious about the halal status of the product?
Okay, before halal certification can be issued, so you must go to JAKIM. Okay, so JAKIM is basically going to be the biggest partners for or customer for this product. Besides, if we already established this prototype, we can basically sell to the customer. So basically, you can test on the spot. You can go to the mall, you can go to the port or airport, test your sample.
So you see it going both ways, consumer
both sides,
and also for the authorities, right? But at this moment in time, when you're just entering the market, who is your focus here?
Surely will be JAKIM,
JAKIM.
because they are the authority body to certify all the halal products.
Okay.
Then we have contact with JAKIM and also the lab that organized by the JAKIM. So this is our big customer.
Okay. Just now you shared some market statistics, right? So you're saying halal industry as a whole is 8.4 billion, but that is the bigger market, halal industry. Then you also shared some information on qPCR. JAKIM uses qPCR at the moment to do testing. So do you have any information on how much does JAKIM spend to do testing annually or something like that?
To do what? Testing?
To do the testing, to do halal testing.
Every year they have to, because the lab is accredited, okay, they have to pay for the accredited lab, and the instrument need to be renewed every year, every 5 years, because when you have been assigned as a accredited lab, so you have to maintain that status. So it means that your equipment should be tip-top, supposed to maintain, calibrated all times. So I think they spend millions of dollars to maintain the standard of the lab.
Okay. All right, that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Doktor, sikit saya ada beberapa soalan. So tadi, based on this device, this solution, is actually to detect the existence of pork only ke macam mana? Sebab because saya tengok dekat
I focus on the pork sample because the meat is easily to be contaminated with pork sample. Like, for example, if it's chocolate milk, it's quite difficult because they undergo the processing technique.
That's right.
But meat sample is very simple. You just mix and then you make a sausage, surimi, whatever, hot
Okay,
dog or
okay,
burger. It's
okay.
easy to be detected. Okay? But if you want to test for example, a chocolate, a meat, it's quite difficult because they undergo through the processing
Yes,
step. So
right.
it means that some of the DNA might be denatured or lost during the processing
Okay.
line.
So now the product is only for pork detection lah.
Meat products.
Meat products for
Yeah. Yeah.
pork detection.
Yeah.
Okay, so now when I think there's a point of accuracy just now.
Yep.
What's the accuracy like currently in terms of what we have in the market, what or even JAKIM has been doing against your product,
The accuracy is on par with the gold standard.
and who can validate that?
We send our sample testing to Mama Halal JAKIM. Yeah, the MyHack laboratories, there is a Mama Halal JAKIM. So
Okay.
they're using the same technique qPCR. Then we compare the results. So the portable will be same. They give the same result.
I see.
Yeah.
And these three actually, is JAKIM is being engaging with this Agilent pork test and reveal pork or not?
Sorry?
This Agilent.com pork test kit reveal pork, right? Is currently JAKIM engaging with them to do their testing? No.
No. This is basically available in the market.
Okay.
Means that if you are a food provider, you want to test your sample
Okay.
in fast, no
Okay.
need to stand for JAKIM certification.
Okay.
So just buy these and then test.
So now
the-
JAKIM is not,
No.
none of them actually engaging with JAKIM. And what makes you think?
But JAKIM are using the same method, qPCR with allergen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Agilent, yeah.
Okay.
PCR, yeah.
So what makes you think that JAKIM will actually go for your product? Because there are several in the market, but none of them actually used by JAKIM.
Okay.
So what are the cangkuk, the mata kail there to JAKIM say, okay lah, this time,
This is the answer. Because it's POCT, point of care testing. So you can bring to the lab, you have to bring to the warehouse, you bring to the airport, so you don't need to bring a sample to the lab. So on the spot, you can know the sample is halal or non-halal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is the selling point.
Okay, my last question will be, if there's no JAKIM,
Sorry?
if JAKIM is not working with you,
Yep.
or doesn't actually engaging or buy your solution, what happened to your business? Thank you.
JAKIM cannot handle thousands or millions of samples in Malaysia, because some of the samples they send to Halvec, some of the JAKIM appointed lab, Halvec, HDC. So all of these labs is basically subcon to JAKIM. So JAKIM itself cannot handle because we have thousands of samples of food arrive in Malaysia. So we have meat sample, a lot of foods, chocolate, whatever. So JAKIM cannot handle this. So they appointed some lab. They call it a subsidiary lab, Halvec, HDC lab, whatever. So this lab also have been appointed by JAKIM. So I can build up my company so that JAKIM can send to me and use my device to test the certification body. So it means that you can assist JAKIM on that. If they don't want to work with me, I can build up a company, they can basically send sample for us to give us fast results compared to others, competitors. Yeah.
Okey, jap. Satu je soalan. Boleh ke kita test atas makanan yang telah dimasak?
Sorry?
Kita boleh test atas makanan yang telah dimasak?
Yeah, can.
Oh, boleh juga?
Yes.
Not necessarily raw.
Because DNA is there. Even you burn or your DNA is there. Because you are based on DNA extraction.
Testing proses sama?
Yes. Yeah. Like ourselves, if you burn yourself, your DNA will be there, right? So this system are detecting DNA. So we extract the DNA and then we check with the electrochemical device. So with the current, with certain limit, with positive range. If lower than that, it's negative range, will be not halal, be halal. So we have a cutoff limit of current detection. So that current detection means that above that level, so there will be non-halal. So we have a standard there. Okay?
Wow, satu yang sangat menarik ya. Boleh saya tanya satu soalan tak, Prof? Kalau kita nak tengok wallet tu ada kulit yang halal ke tak halal, boleh ke detect?
Yeah, sure. You can
Belt
extract.
ke?
No problem. As
See?
long as you have DNA.
Satu inovasi yang sangat terkini, contemporary dan very sophisticated. Tepukan. Bapak Prof. Madya Dr. Abdul Muttalib. Tahniah. Dan seterusnya kita persilakan pula Prof. Madya Dr. Nur Aliza Muhammad Kasim yang akan menyampaikan dan mempersembahkan ciptaan beliau, Cardios of a capsule a day keeps the cholesterol away. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, I just want to clarify. Wait. All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to everyone today. My name is Yasmin binti Muhammad Zainal Abidin Shukri. So I'll be the presenter for our project today, where it is led by Professor Madya Dr. Nur Aliza Muhammad Kasim. Okay, so I'll... Okay, tak apa. All right. Okay, going to, wait, hold on, yeah. Okay, I think there's some technical error here. So there's a missing cover page here, but not to worry. I'll proceed with my presentation. Okay, so our product is called CardioSaf. A capsule a day keeps the cholesterol away. So, as you know, okay, as you know, 17.9 million people die every year from cardiovascular disease. So that's 31% of all global death. And atherosclerosis is one of the dominant cause of cardiovascular disease. Now, as you know, there are recent studies that shows that it is increasingly rising in Malaysia itself, cases of cardiovascular disease. Now, we know the current treatment for atherosclerosis are statins. So there are many statin medications out there that are used to treat this. Now, we know that it's very effective to treat atherosclerosis or even high cholesterol, but there are 15 to 20% group of individuals who cannot tolerate the medication and thus suffer severe side effects, such as headache, digestive problems, muscle pain, low platelet levels, and also high blood sugar levels. All right. So what is our solution for this group of population that are going through this? Okay, our solution is CardioSaf, which is a pure saffron extract that is made purely from saffron, not with combination with other active ingredients. And then it is scientifically proven, where our previous in vivo study shows that only one capsule a day could reduce the bad cholesterol levels in the blood. And it is a product that shows the effect to improve cardiovascular health. Then it is also easy to consume, only one capsule a day, and then it is cost effective, where the target price is 120 ringgit. Now, the results from our in vivo study shows that the LDL or bad cholesterol level significantly decreased by 90.6% after treatment with 100 milligram of saffron extract. It also shows in the atherosclerotic lesions, which means the fatty deposits in the blood vessels also decreased by 23.9%. Now, our technology is that it is specially formulated, where we have a unique formulated type of extraction so that we can extract the highest bioactive compound, crocin, quercetin, safranol, and picocrocin, to give this therapeutic properties. And for the technology readiness level, we are at TRL4, where it's validated in the laboratory. As for the intellectual property, there is correction there. It is in the process of submitting registering for the IP rights here. So it's not registered yet, it's still in the process. Okay, the competitors is that we have three main competitors in the market, which is saffron leaf, double wood saffron, and mencugut. Now, all of these products has to be ordered from overseas, so it's not manufactured or produced locally. Now, although these are three competitors, we have limitations, where the saffron extract is combined with other active ingredients, or either it is given in lower dosage and is not focused on cardiovascular health. Now, the market size opportunity that we target is individuals with cholesterol problems individuals who have statin intolerance and those who want to strengthen cardiac health, meaning they have a family of high cholesterol or hypercholesterolemia. Now, private pharmacies and caregivers of high cholesterol family members, and also it's not mentioned here, but we did a market survey where we have 88% of participants, from 203 participants, it's found that 163 participants suffer from high cholesterol problem. This is made in Sungai Buloh and Puncak Alam. And from these participants, 33% suffer from the severe side effects or are not able to continue with the treatment, which causes non-compliance, and they do not follow through with the treatment. So from that, we try to provide an alternative solution to those who are unable to comply. Okay. As for the business model, these are the business model canvas that we have with our key partners, our key value propositions, customer segments. Okay, our milestone today is that we have completed the in vivo studies, is submission for the patent in progress, and we have the sample prototype completed, which means we have created a sample of the product itself. But right now, we need funding to start up the production of the actual product. Okay, as for the R's, these are for the raw materials, extraction, production, and marketing. It would total up to 126,500. And this is the team. So on the left is our research team, and on the right is our production team here. Okay, thank you. References? This is my references, and thank you.
Itu dia bagian tadi pembentangan daripada Cik Yasmin, mewakili Prof. Madya Dr. Aliza, dan kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab. Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih.
Yasmin.
Yasmin, okey. Boleh tunjukkan slide yang tadi yang ada the cost breakdown tu, 126,000 tadi.
Mana?
Yes, okay, this one. Okay. Bila dekat bahagian production tu, Malaysian registration, MPRA token application semua tu, how long is it going to take for you to complete that?
Okay, for this one, for the production, we have contacted the manufacturing company based on the quotation, and at the moment this is the quotation for within 2 months at the earliest.
Okay.
This is meaning including the registration, meaning the halal application, all of it is included. So right now we just estimated like 1,000 capsules.
Okay, so berapa lama tu? The process tu from you apply, you bayar, then you dapat that application, dapat this registration done.
It will be around 3 to 5 months.
3 to 5 months.
Yes.
And how far are you from today until ready to sell or penetrating the market?
As of now, because we didn't produce as in like a huge number.
Exactly.
So I would say like to do the extraction and production would take at least around 6 months at minimum. But 6 months to 1 year, I would say.
1 year, and after that is potentially be in the market after 1 year.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Inshallah.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. Can I just ask, how are you planning to position this? Is it a medical product, supplement, what?
Okay, it is considered under health supplement because it has undergone in vivo study and already undergo through ethics. So meaning that it is not, we can say it's not under medication, but because we are targeted more for those who are already suffering from, who are going through this experience. Where they cannot, are unable to take the current medication or treatment. So we are offering only an alternative.
So your in vivo studies are in humans?
Actually, it's in rabbit studies, but the pathology and pathogenesis of it is the most, similar to human pathology. So by actually with discussion with the research and development team, it is sufficient to proceed for the production.
Okay. Right. regarding the use of saffron, because as far as I know, saffron's a very expensive, one of the most expensive herbs in the world, kan? So, in terms of supply and in terms of the product costing and all that, how is it? How are you going to handle all that?
Alhamdulillah, we actually, for the saffron supplier, we have currently a local supplier in Malaysia itself. So we have liaised with them, and they are able to give us a cheaper rate, a lower rate, because we are buying in a bulk lah, in a bulk purchase. And also, this is not really for everyone, kan? So we are focusing on a specific target market there. So as for the costing, we are managed to keep it at a reasonable price of 120 ringgit with 60 capsules in one bottle, because the current market that we do have out there is the cost is between 110 and above as well. So up to 200 ringgit.
All right, just one more question from me. What's your plans in terms of bringing it forward? Are you happy to stop at just a health supplement? Or are you planning to explore further in terms of clinical trials and things like that?
Actually, this is only one aspect, one benefit of saffron, but there have been many studies and also other innovations of the usage of saffron as a drink or as a soap, in those for the skin. So that is a possibility and potential there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okey, demikian tadi sesi soal jawab untuk peserta kita yang ke-9. Tepukan sekali lagi untuk produk kapsul A Day Keeps the Cholesterol Away. Satu produk yang bakal mewarnai produk-produk kesihatan pada masa yang akan datang, insya-Allah. Baiklah, kita teruskan lagi untuk peserta yang terakhir. Dengan itu kita persilakan yang berusaha Puan Saliza Sulaiman dengan produknya I Asnaf Egg.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrahli sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Saliza Sulaiman from Faculty of Accountancy. Okay, my product is iAsnaf Egg. That is actually 3-in-1 training tools that integrates lecture, e-guidebook, and also hands-on web-based application. Okay, first of all, let me actually bring all of you inside the difference between financial accounting and cost accounting. Financial accounting is actually meant for external reporting to external users, such as we prepare financial statement, and also if you guys familiar with the statement profit or loss account, and also statement of financial position. But cost accounting is meant for internal users or for the management. So the proper financial control should be starting from cost accounting and stock management, because from the stock accounting and stock management, we will be able to control our expenses, such as the business owner should be able to identify all the costs related in terms of producing the product, okay, such as the direct costs, indirect costs, and also the overheads. And at the same time, they will be able to identify the optimized level of inventory that they should have, and also they will be able to make informed pricing decision, and they should be able to allocate resources effectively. Okay, what we have is actually lack of accounting educational tool, especially designed for micro entrepreneurs. And what we have here is actually iAsnaf Egg, that is a 3-in-1 training tools that actually integrates, okay, lecture face-to-face and also recorded lecture that we actually have created private Facebook group. We actually continuously, provide transfer of knowledge in the IB group, and also we actually have hands-on web-based application, Hitung Untung and Storm, which Hitung Untung meant to actually focus on cost accounting and Storm for stock management. and we bring all the participants using the illustrative that we have in the e-guidebook, and at the end of the lecture or at the end of the session with the participant, we will actually ask them to present their product, their own product and their services. And surprisingly, we actually have conducted 11 states with 420 participants. Okay, they are actually satisfied with the outcome of the session. Okay, so how the innovation emerged? Because of the complexity of the cost accounting and stock management terms and technology terms, and also the accounting terms, and lack of knowledge and limited financial resources, time and basic knowledge in technology among the micro entrepreneurs. That actually motivates us to actually come up with the ISNAF Act, and some research that we have conducted found that government also have to come up with a long-term plan that actually trying to actually train them how to fish in terms of to mitigate the B40 problems, and also the introduction of the Wakalah Zakah system, okay, where they actually introduced for better distribution system to eligible individuals. Okay, and we also have conducted our research that found the strength and weaknesses of micro entrepreneurs revealed that the most urgent attention is on record keeping and financial control. The current solution is actually using traditional method, whereby you attend the course, go back and forget about it, right? But what we did is that we actually have continuous ISNAF Act that is actually 3-in-1 training tools, provide lecture, e-guidebook, and hands-on web-based application. And how it works, as I mentioned to you, the lecture, the e-guidebook, and also hands-on web-based application during the training provide them hands-on to calculate the break-even point, the variable cost, the fixed cost, overhead that introduced to the micro entrepreneurs, and also to identify the optimal stock level that they should have in their business. Okay, this is the testimony. It's okay. What we have actually a positive feedback from the entrepreneurs, whereby both of them are actually from Pusat Zakat Negeri Sembilan, which we have conducted. Some of them actually eliminated some costs that should be included in producing their product and services. Okay, our market size opportunity, okay, what we have conducted, as I mentioned to you, 420 participants, but we being approached by few agencies to conduct our ISNAP as package in this respective organizations such as Amanah ITM Malaysia, Cooperative Society, SME, corporate sector, and also one of the Indonesian representative came over to our session to introduce ISNAF Act in Indonesia. Okay, this is our business model, provide transfer knowledge to micro entrepreneurs. Okay, and also we actually have product development copyrighted, and we are upgrading the system and try to commercialize. This is what we asked. Okay, for the first year, okay, this is 2024, we are requesting for 250,000 as the fee for the Hitung Untung and Storm, which will cover 1,000 participants from all the organizations that I have mentioned earlier. And this is the cash flow, okay, which actually we would actually give a positive inflow. And this is the statement of profit or loss account, okay, which will provide, okay, for the second year onwards, okay, it will be approximately GP margin of 31% and the return on investment about 30%. This is our team, okay, myself, Puan Saliza, and we have Associate Prof. Madya, and three of us from accounting, one from Faculty of Law, and the two is actually practitioners. Thank you.
Itu dia tepukan untuk Puan Saliza Sulaiman. Kita buka untuk sesi soal jawab bersama dengan juri. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum Puan, terima kasih atas presentation. Sekarang ni dah generate revenue ke Puan? iAsnaf ni?
Okay, sebenarnya we actually have pilot, I would say that pilot test whereby we actually offers to Majlis Agama Islam and Lembaga Zakat to train their asnaf entrepreneurs, okay, or their entrepreneurs, okay, and we didn't actually take honorarium, but they actually sponsor in terms of the venue, all the food and the training courses.
I see. Yang 11 states 420 participant tu adalah apa tu? Tu session apa tu?
11 states we have gone daripada 25th May, okay, actually we have gone to these are the states that we have gone, yeah. Okay, these are the states that we have gone. So sampai minggu lepas lah. We have.
Ini ni untuk apa? Pengenalan.
Ini ya, introduction.
Untuk
introduction. So all of them is actually tak boleh jalan. Tak apa?
Sekejap.
Okay.
Siapa yang control?
Okay.
Puan ke?
Okay.
Okay. Yang tadi 11 states tadi tu. Tak apalah. So maknanya itu adalah macam introduction lah.
Yeah.
So
from there we actually receive feedback from all the participants.
Right.
What I'm trying to actually give you the testimony.
Right.
Some of them they actually declare that they didn't take up course that should be included in their product costing.
Okay.
Okay, and then.
So maknanya what will be the objective of that roadshow tadi tu yang 11 tu? To convert them
transfer
into
of knowledge.
Okay.
It's actually transfer of knowledge. As an introduction, this we have hitung untung and
the
Storm.
solution lah.
Yeah, and from there we managed to get some engagement like myself. I went to Sabah. Okay, it covers only Kota Kinabalu. 40 participants that give me the list, 40 attended, and they want me to go to Tawau and Sadakan. But we don't have fund for that. But they have participants.
The tools are ready sekarang ni.
Yeah,
yang
the tools
Storm
are
dengan
ready.
apa tadi tu?
Yeah, the
web-based hitung untung dan Storm ni dah
it's
ready.
Yeah, it's ready.
So how many registration yang dah ada daripada 420 tu Puan?
Sorry?
Dia nak guna mesti register kan?
Yeah.
So daripada 420 participant yang you buat roadshow tu, berapa yang actually aktif yang guna Storm dengan hitung untung ni? Ada figure dia?
Okay, so we actually have private private WhatsApp group, and also we have private Facebook. Okay, last month we have actually provide them macam after the course we provide them to questions macam training ataupun exercise. Ask them to post it at the WhatsApp group, and Sabah out of 40 they sent 31. And then most of the participant ada other countries like macam because we managed to actually go to 10 now kan, betul tak kan? Out of 11, 10.
Betul.
Sebab like end of this month baru the 11th. Okay, so they are very active. In fact, I'm going back to Penang next week, 14 until 15 for the second session of Hitung Untung and Storm.
I see. So my last question will be, bila Puan nak start charge diorang pakai?
Okay, so apa yang kita buat adalah kita perlukan 250 ni sebagai untuk kita 250k sebagai kita macam essentially what I'm asking for corporate sandbox. Corporate sandbox is that whereby it's actually one-to-one, where MTDC provide one-to-one fund. So that there's a guaranteed participants from each Majlis Agama because they can provide participants to us. And what we have to do is that we have to actually operate in terms of their expenditure. We have to actually bear the expenditure and so forth. And from the 250k, from the 250k we'll be able to upgrade our system because from the 420 participants, they give us feedback. And there are things that we want to upgrade that cost us 45k. We have actually spoken to our programmer and they agree in terms of to upgrade the system to a better version. It will not charge to
Apa revenue model yang Puan plan?
Will be charging on the storm and also hitung untung.
Per
150 for hitung untung, 150 ringgit
per month.
per pax.
Per pax per month.
Per pax, no, whole lifetime.
Oh,
Because
one
it's
time.
a web-based application, JavaScript and a Fire-based, there's no lagging. Because any upgrading will be free because there's not much of maintenance. It's just that maybe additional features that we want to actually add in that cost 45K. That's actually one off lah. Sebab kita we develop the system using our own money, okay. But then it's just that now when we actually upgrade the system, it will be quite comprehensive. I would say that. Integrates everything lah that we want.
So RM150 per pax one time.
One time.
Yeah.
And then because sekarang ni pun only 11 states saja kita boleh cover. There's a request from many states. Ada 13 states kan? Kita dapat pergi Sarawak, kita dapat pergi Johor dan kita tak dapat pergi satu lagi negeri mana? Sarawak, Johor dan Kelantan. 3 ni kita dapat pergi sebab dah cukup duit. Tak boleh nak cover.
Terima kasih, Puan.
Okay.
Sorry, Puan Saliza ya?
Yeah.
Okay, so yang tadi 45,000 to 150,000, just to clarify is for you to improve the system, kan?
45K for to improve. Yeah. The
okay.
balance is actually to cover the participant punya fees lah.
I see. Then participant fees kan.
Aha.
Tapi the two system tu yang kira huntung tu and storm tu, eventually that will be something that your participants will pay you, I assume on a monthly basis ke untuk guna?
It's not monthly basis, it's one off.
Oh, one off ya?
One off.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
because it's not like taxation that there will be always adjustment, right?
Okay.
There will be, because
I
it's a
see.
management accounting. It's not
Alright.
cost account.
Okay.
It's not financial accounting or taxation.
Tapi tanyalah sebab first time tengok projection memang lengkap semualah sebab accounting.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so
No
much.
further questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okey, demikian tadi peserta yang terakhir. Tepukan gemuruh sekali lagi diucap dan terima kasih diucapkan kepada Puan Saliza Sulaiman atas pembentangan dengan produk yang sangat berinovasi dan dapat membantu para asnaf secara total. Jadi dengan itu berakhirlah sudah sesi pitching kita pada petang ini. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada semua panel penilai pitching kita pada petang ini. Tepukan gemuruh untuk mereka. Untuk makluman semua penilaian yang dibuat untuk menentukan siapakah yang bakal membawa pulang hadiah wang tunai berjumlah RM1,500, RM1,000 dan juga RM500, kita kena nantikan dulu pengumumannya yang akan diadakan pada esok hari pada 7 September 2023. Jadi kepada para juri, perbincangan penilaian pitching akan diadakan di bilik holding room VVIP selepas sesi minum petang. Dan kepada semua peserta pitching, harap dapat bersabar dan menunggu seketika kerana lepas ni kita akan adakan sesi fotografi bersama-sama. Dan sebelum itu, kita ingin menyampaikan sijil penghargaan kepada para juri. Dengan itu, majlis ingin mempersilakan Prof. Madya Insinyur Dr. Ahmad Sabirin, pengarah BITCOM, untuk menyampaikan sijil penghargaan kepada para juri. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan. Dan kita persilakan, dimohon untuk yang berusaha Encik Aizar Supiar dari Cradle Fund untuk menerima sijil penghargaan. Baiklah, Encik Aizar dimohon untuk kekal di pentas kerana selepas ini kita akan adakan sesi fotografi secara beramai-ramai. Dan seterusnya kita mempersilakan Dr. Wan Raihana Wan Asim dari MTDC untuk menerima sijil di pentas. Jadi Dr. Wan juga dimohon untuk kekal di pentas untuk sesi fotografi selepas ini bersama-sama beramai-ramai. Dan kini majlis ingin mempersilakan teknologis Mio Rafiq Mat Rejab dari MTDC untuk naik ke pentas dan menerima sijil penghargaan. Dan sekali lagi terima kasih diucapkan kepada para juri, dijemput untuk para juri berada di pentas untuk bergambar bersama-sama dengan pengarah BITCOM dengan berbagi Dr. Ahmad Sabirin, Dr. Wan dan teknologis Mio beserta dengan Encik Aizar bersama-sama di pentas pada ketika ini untuk bergambar bersama-sama. Dan kita jemput juga industri daripada MTDC, Cradle dan Leave the Nest untuk bersama-sama di pentas. Dan selepas ini kita akan adakan bergambar bersama dengan para peserta pula selepas ini. Baik, terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil industri. Kita persilakan untuk para peserta pula bergambar dengan barisan panel dan juga pengarah BITCOM. Dijemput para juri untuk kembali ke pentas untuk bergambar bersama dengan peserta. Begitu juga yang berbagi pengarah BITCOM untuk bergambar bersama dengan peserta. Dipersilakan. Inilah dia barisan peserta. Walaupun pada esok hari hanya 3 pemenang sahaja yang akan diumumkan, tetapi kita di sini memandang mereka sebagai satu kejayaan buat mereka. Tepukan untuk mereka. Walaupun 3 pemenang sahaja akan dipilih esok, tapi kita doakan juga agar ke 10 peserta ini bakal menjadi antara rakan kolaborasi bersama dengan industri ataupun para investor pada masa akan datang, insya-Allah. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada yang berbagi Dr. Sabirin dan juga barisan panel. Dan Alhamdulillah berakhir sudah hari pertama Biz Spotlight. Jadi sebelum kita bersurai, majlis ingin merakamkan sekali lagi ucapan terima kasih kepada para jemputan khas, para peserta yang amat kami hargai, para jemputan dan seluruh hadirin. Kita berjumpa lagi pada esok hari. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat petang.